Hello and welcome to Prime News. Now a look at the headlines. Cyclone Phailin hits east coast of India. Andhra and Orissa most affected. More than 6 lakh people shifted to safe locations. Speed of storm 200 kilometers per hour. PWD Minister declares 24 hours water supply by December 2014. Decides to plug water leakages worth 100 crores. All pipelines across Goa to be replaced. Kalvi Bridge opens on Sunday. Grief as well as content in Kalvi. People grumble as bridge not dedicated in memory of victims. Compromise between warring groups in GCA. Balu to continue as president, Salkar as senior vice president, Akbar Mullah to be development commissioner. And Governor Bharat Vanchu presents 17 Chino Sports Awards, advises youngsters to cultivate sportsmanship. Akanksha Salunke and Bhakti Kulkarni receive special cash awards. Now news in detail. The super cyclone Phailin has hit the east coast of India. Andhra Pradesh and Odisha are the most affected states. More than 6 lakh people have been shifted to safe locations. Armed forces are on high alert along with state and union government.
Phailin is one of the deadliest storms in the history. The statistics that comes out with the storm makes us realize its intensity as well as its destructive nature. Cyclone Phailin speed recorded 240 km per hour, 20 km per hour speed towards Gopalpur coast. Over 5 lakhs evacuated in Orissa. Over 1 lakh evacuated in Andhra. Cyclone Phailin affects 5 districts from the both states. Cyclone impact on 3 neighboring states. Cyclone size as big as half of India. Cyclone in category 4. Heavy damages due to windy weather before the storm arrives. Electric poles crashed down. Incessant rains last 3 states. 7 dead before cyclone hits the coast. 3.5 meters high waves come along with the cyclone. Biggest evacuation in last 23 years. Transport stopped. Trains going to Andhra and Orissa cancelled. Indian Army, Navy and Air Force all side with state and union government.
210 to 200 kmph average speed. Sustainable maximum wind speed, that's what we call it, gusting up to 240 kmph. सबसे ज़्यादा प्रभावित तो उड़ीसा ही है और उसके बाद में कोस्टल आंध्र प्रदेश, नॉर्थ कोस्टल आंध्र प्रदेश.
The fallout of Cyclone Phailin on Goa was dark, thick clouds hovering over the state late on Saturday evening. But situation is in control. Goa is least affected as cyclone is bracing towards northern parts of Andhra and Orissa. Bureau Report, Prudent.
PWD Minister Sudhin Daulikar has assured 24 hours water supply to Goa by December 2014. Minister held a meeting with Water Management Monitoring Committee at Secretariat and decided to plug water leakages. Leakage of around 150 ml water every day leads to 100 crores lost to the state exchequer annually. Department has resolved to change water pipelines all over the state.
End of December 2014, we want to give Goa 24/7 water supply.
PWD has decided to control daily wastage of 90 mld water. Department will change pipelines, water meters, all service connections.
Non-revenue water जे आसा ते आमकां कमीत कमी 20%, हांव म्हणना 20% at a time आमचे कडेन जातलें. Say about 15% on an average 400 into 50 460 90 mld उदा we can give it to others. RW खातीर estimate केला for change in pipeline, old pipelines, change in water meter.
Daulikar has promised to complete the 100 mld project at Sangay by 2014. He has said PWD has taken up projects of water supply including 27 mld at Ganje in Usgaon, which will provide sufficient water to Dharbandora, Walpai, Pali and Priol constituency to be completed by 2016.
Now another project is coming at OPA, which is 25 mld, which can take care of Panjim area, Tiswadi and Ponda, another 15 MLD project at Mysar in Panchavade, which takes care of 15 MLD project, which take care of half of the Panchavade and Shiroda. And एक project येता, which is very important, which is 27 MLD at Ganje Uzgaon.
Reporter Mahesh Ghadi with video journalist Chetan Gawas for Prudent.
The much-awaited Kalvi Bridge will be open for public from 13th October. There is a mixed feeling of content and grief amongst Kalvikars. They say the bridge became a reality only because of 18th February tragedy, which claimed lives of 4 school children and 2 adults. But there is no plaque or cross installed in memory of the victims. Kalvikars remember victims on eve of inauguration of Kalvi Bridge.
Need for Kalvi Bridge arose only when 4 schoolgirls and 2 adults died in a bus accident tragedy that shook the state. It claimed life of Diana Dias and Elvina Dias, both sisters, Priyal Sargaonkar and Nigel Gracious, all students of St. Thomas High School. After 1 year 9 months, the bridge will be inaugurated. Grandmother of late Diana and Elvina Dias is still mourning. Though people are happy with the new Kalvi Bridge, there is a little grumble about certain formalities which are of significance for Kalvi villagers.
त्या भुरग्यांक आमचो पूल जालो आतां पयशे आमकां ताणें आमकां प्रॉमिस केल्लें आमकां फुरसार पुलार आमकां हें करतलो म्हणून सांगलें फुरीस बांदतलो म्हणलेलें आयज पयशे गेल्ले आमी पळोवपाक चॅकींग करता तुजो पूल तांच्यांनी म्हणजे पुलार फुरीस बांदूंक ना
आमच्या गरजेचें तुका आजून वचोंक ना कित्याक हे आमच्याच भुरग्यांक लागून ब्रीज जाता आनी हे सगल्यांनी हें मानून घेवंक जाय आनी ताणें हो खुरीस बांदूंक जाय आनी मागणें करपाक जाय पयलें आनी मागीर ब्रीज आयल्यान हें कमेस करूंक जाय.
Pramod Kandolkar for Prudent.
Finally, 2 warring groups within the Goa Cricket Association have arrived at a consensus. Highly placed sources have told Prudent that Balu Phadke will remain as the president of the association, whereas leader of the rival group Dr. Shekhar Salkar will be senior vice president. Akbar Mullah will be development commissioner. The compromise has been achieved following intervention of CM Manohar Parrikar and Fatorda MLA Vijay Sardesai.
For last few months, GCA is not a united lot. 2 factions within the executive committee were gunning for each other's head, resulting in frequent tussles and frictions. Finally, after numerous meetings with CM and intervention of some politicians, both the groups agreed to a modified structure within the GCA. Highly placed sources have communicated the following structure to Prudent. Balu Phadke to remain as president, Chetan Desai to remain as secretary, Dr. Shekhar Salkar to be elevated as senior vice president, Treasurer Akbar Mullah to be replaced by a BJP MLA's man, new position for Akbar Mullah as development commissioner, Akbar to look after construction of new stadium and other infra projects. The Balu Phadke group has already co-opted Deputy CM Francis D'Souza as senior vice president. Salkar group claims that the appointment is unconstitutional. In the wake of Salkar being elevated as the senior vice president, it needs to be seen what GCA decides to do with the co-opted senior vice president. Sources say following politicians played a major role in achieving this compromise: CM Manohar Parrikar, Fatorda MLA Vijay Sardesai, Sangye MLA Subhash Phaldesai. Salkar's group had to go on a back foot as they failed to garner necessary support from the executive committee for the ouster of Balu Phadke. They needed a total of 11 members out of 15, but their tally couldn't go beyond 8. Intervention by Vijay Sardesai made the things more complicated. Although the meeting held with CM has arrived at the revised understanding, The issue of Francis D'Souza is still unresolved. Bureau Report, Prudent.
It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.